Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015 whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the you in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy,
where we give you the courtesy of conversation
that's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to catch us on our other shows, The Friday Fix, Plays and Parlays, UFC with LT, and Civil Discourse. Hello, Wes. Welcome to
How you doing, D-Mac, man?
No homelessness. I'm doing good. I just don't. I got to make sure I get dressed every day now. I don't want to get mistaken for
a homeless person. Have you been? Yeah. I've been watching that, and I've seen them going through different neighborhoods over there as well too, and just walking up on people's doorstep saying, "Hey, you got your ID on you?" You know what I mean? Just asking people questions who are sitting on their stoops, sitting on their porches. Yeah. Like, hey, this. I mean, like, hey,
they're like, hey, just don't be out here drinking. Don't be out here smoking.
What were they keep? What they keep saying though? Whose name they keep saying during that the same interaction? We watch the same one.
Wanted us to do this.
Donald Trump wants to clean up the streets. It's like they're almost trying to push out the message that Trump did this. Trump is doing this.
He did do that. You know the whole reason he did it, right? It wasn't mainly it was because that the one guy they call Big whatever got jumped, right? But then also he was driving from the White House and he saw homeless people on the streets. He said, "Oh, how disgusting! Get him out of here." And that's why he did
as well. I believe bigger than that. I believe he did it for like a test run. He did it to prove a point that I can do it at the same time to desensitize people to it being done. And I can do it here because it's legally he can do it there easiest. He can do it in the District of Columbia because he can federalize those streets by decree. It's easy. You know what I mean? For him to do it. However, I think he really did it at the same time too. So when he does push out further into other areas, like say like a Baltimore or a New York, you know what I mean, or LA, that they like if there are protests, they won't be at his front gate because he now has troops on the street to quail and quash.
Well, think about that also. And when my bad to cut you off, and in DC, he's created basically his own castle. That's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So when they try to come out there and come and get him, he has a force to stop people.
This is exactly what I'm saying as well. You know what I mean? But anyway, you know what I mean? But we'll have to report more on this because this is something that's developing. They said it's like 7 days or whatever because he only has a certain amount of time he can do this for legally before he has to revert back unless he has some type of an existential emergency, and he doesn't. This was like they have like all the cities that he's talking about. They're telling them that even in Baltimore it has like they're at a 50-year low for crime rates at a 50-year low, and all the cities
30-year low. Yeah.
He really had no reason to do it. He's just trying to prove a point and like you said, flex his muscles. He did it in LA. He's desensitizing people to this right now. So we'll become complacent with an authoritarian, totalitarian type government coming into, you know, I mean, it's crazy that we're sitting here and people are not protesting their off in the streets right now. I'm kind of shocked about it.
Well, actually, speaking of protests, Wes, Trump plans 600 soldier military reaction force ready to strike at any moment's notice. Here's what it'll do. Donald Trump eyes National Guard's quick reaction force to respond to domestic unrest. Half of these troops will be based on military bases in Alabama and Arizona, as per the report. They will be ready at all times to quickly deploy to any city or state experiencing unrest or protest, according to the New Republic report. The troops will be equipped with military-style weapons, riot gear, and would be sent in waves of 100 soldiers, according to the report. To prevent burnouts, the soldiers would rotate every 90 days, as per the New Republic report. The Pentagon document also raises concern about the reduced availability of the National Guard, the cost of the program, logistical challenges, and the possible public and political impact, along with other negative external impacts that programs could cause, as reported by the New Republic. Title 10 versus Title 32, how Donald Trump could use federal authorities. Trump would have the authority to call upon the National Guard under federal law known as Title 10 and Title 32. While Title 10 limits the Guard's role mainly to assist local police without making arrests or leading investigations, Title 32 allows the Guards to operate with expanded power, including making arrests and acting more aggressively in states declared to have unrest. Trump used Title 32 during the Black Lives protests in 2022 or in 2020. And so basically, this is his own strike force. So You want to get in the streets and protest? You know, he saw them protesting during his military parade. And that's basically, he'd be like, oh, they're protesting. Somebody goes in there because, you know, most of the protesters, the people in there breaking glass aren't part of the protest. They're agitators. So now he'll have a strike force, his own army that he can send in to stop any protests. And he can dub it since he controls the media. He can be like, oh, yeah, civil unrest. They're breaking bottles. They're attacking police officers. You know,
at this point in time, our own citizens are against our own citizens. We believe that there is a difference between certain areas of the United States when it comes to citizenship. There's actual people actually think that because you live in a rural area or a less populated area, that people who live in more populated areas are all on welfare or all crazy or all taking something away from or all taken from the government, mooching off, whatever the case may be. We've divided ourselves up for the picking right now, and we really believe that things will get.
I honestly don't. I honestly don't think Americans think that anymore. I think these are a lot of bots online. Think about that. There might be, but I think there's a lot of bots online people that are just saying this, because when you see those meetings with the constituents that these Republicans are having, these people ain't having it. The whole towns, these people are like, what are you doing? You're taking away our health care. You're doing this. This is not what we were told. That's what I'm seeing. And then when I get online, it's bots. You know what I'm saying? Because there's bots out here defending Donald Trump and Epstein. But see, this right here, he has his own strike force to quell any kind of protest.
Yeah, the people who actually voted for him, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of people who voted for him. 77 million people. They believe this. They talk like this all the time. We hear them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so when this kind of things happen, when he comes out with this type of a strike force, like these type of things right here, then he's going to put him in, what do you say, Mississippi and Alabama? Perfect place to keep him at, because what kind, like it's a mind frame at this point in time. You keep them away from the city slickers, and
so they can get anywhere.
But do you understand what I'm saying though? It's a mind frame at that point in time. Once you're out in rural areas, put away from people, you're not used to. It's like when I go to imagine the kids who they got right now, who they have. Okay. So imagine people who they have right now in DC. A lot of these kids are from rural areas and from poor areas who are not from bigger cities, because most times there's a lot less opportunity in those places. So they get a lot of their troops come from places like that. They're being put in these cities, and they have a way of thinking about something. You're protecting America is what they're being told, and this is not what's really happening. You're really being put forth as the first wave of something that we've never had to deal with in this country before, and it's strange and it's sickening at this point in time that we're being subjected to this. And we're basically we're a voice of reason, but there needs to be more voices, and there needs to be more action from people to stop things like this.
Needs to be a resistance at this point, bro. Exactly. We're in a dictator authoritarianship. Let's just keep it 1,000. The only reason that they're acting like it's not is because they need you to keep paying taxes to pay off, the rich folks. But I mean, they're sending troops onto the streets. You know what I'm saying? Civil unrest. The price of your groceries is going up. I know they are. Mine are. The price of gas is going up. I know it is. Mine is. I went to go get gas the other day. It was $5.09. You know what I'm saying? And so what they're doing, they're just squeezing you. And the whole thing is they can only squeeze so many people. Like they've already squeezed the poor communities. They're doing that. They're rounding up, Hispanic people, citizens or not. You know what I'm saying? Your president hasn't even admitted. I was thinking about this today. He's never even come out and said, I am not a pedophile.
He hasn't had to. No one cares.
I'm not a sex offender. He's never came out and said it. Anybody, I mean, not even once. He's just, Epstein, you're still talking about that.
Did you see when Kash Patel went on during his whole he talked about DC, and his eyes looked all whacked out, and he's looking all over the place when he's sitting there. But the first things he's saying is, Trump has helped catch this many SA offenders and all kinds of stuff like this. He's saying all this stuff first, like putting these numbers out. And if you watch Trump's face, it kind of like, you know what I mean? It kind of like switched up a little bit. Like, what are you going to say?
People don't understand. Just look up anybody sitting there. Look up a picture. I'm going to put up a picture of Kash Patel up here. He always looks like this.
Yeah.
It looks like you caught him at 7-Eleven with a skimmer.
It's too bad, man. But
I said it.
Yeah, absolutely.